Jodie Sweetin and Andrea Barber have sparked a wave of nostalgia, surprise, and renewed fascination after finally revealing which Olsen twins struggled with filming Full House, and the truth behind it has opened a deeper, more emotional understanding of one of television's most iconic childhood roles. As decades of fan speculation come full circle, their honest revelations allow the world to revisit the magic of the series with new eyes, peeling back layers of child actor reality that were never visible on screen. And what they've shared is not only surprising, it reshapes the way millions now remember Michelle Tanner, the tiny toddler who became one of sitcom history's most recognizable faces. According to Sweetin and Barber, the twin who often didn't enjoy being on set, the one who didn't take naturally to the cameras, the lights, and the constant performance demands, was Mary-Kate Olsen. Even as a baby, she showed discomfort with the chaos of filming, the noise, the structured schedules, and the overwhelming attention. Meanwhile, her sister Ashley, despite being equally young and equally new to the world of entertainment, adapted more easily. She remained calm, observant, and compliant, a personality difference that would quietly shape the rhythm of production for years. But this revelation didn't come as a dramatic scandal or accusation. Instead, it emerged gently, sincerely, through the heartfelt reflections of two co-stars who grew up living these moments in real time. Jodie Sweetin, who played Stephanie Tanner, described the contrast between the twins as evident from the earliest days. They were infants when they joined the cast, and even then there were tiny, consistent signs. One twin would relax comfortably in someone's arms, ready for a take, quietly absorbing the environment. The other might squirm, look away, get fussy, or resist the structured demands of filming scenes. And although these were natural, normal behaviors for babies, they nevertheless influenced which twin appeared more often in which moments. Mary-Kate, being the one who disliked filming, adds emotional dimension to the Michelle Tanner legacy. Millions of watchers watched her grow from a baby to a feisty toddler, then into a charming little girl with unforgettable one-liners and adorable expressions. But behind the adorable catchphrases and perfectly timed reactions were two real children, each with their own developing personality. The fact that one loved the environment and one didn't is a reminder of the complexity hidden beneath a simple sitcom role. Andrea Barber, who played Kimmy Gibbler, echoed these sentiments, describing how the twins sometimes reacted to particular scenes. There were days when one twin found a situation fun while the other didn't care or felt uncomfortable. A playful food scene might delight one sister while the other wanted nothing to do with it. A high-energy moment might inspire one and overwhelm the other. The production always worked around these differences gently, rotating between the twins depending on mood, comfort level, and the specific demands of each scene. The production team never considered replacing either twin or using just one permanently. Child actor laws prevented any single child from working too many hours, especially at such young ages. And beyond legal limitations, the Olsen twins were seen as a unified presence, a shared identity in one role, a pair of children whose combined presence created the iconic character fans adored. The crew accepted their differences, worked around them, and always treated the twins as a team. This new insight is especially meaningful in hindsight, considering the dramatic turn the twins' lives later took. They became global child stars, built an empire of movies, merchandise, and a massive tween following, then slowly withdrew from acting altogether. Ashley stepped back first. Mary-Kate followed years later. Their world became fashion, high fashion, and their intensity for creativity, privacy, and artistic independence became central to their public identities. When fans now hear that Mary-Kate disliked the spotlight even as a child, many can't help but connect the dots. Her discomfort wasn't temporary or random. It may have been an early sign of the personality that later gravitated toward artistic expression behind the cameras rather than in front of cameras. As Sweetin and Barber continued revisiting these memories, they shared lighter, more playful anecdotes too. One involved sweets, cookies, candy, or any treat meant for Michelle during a scene. The twins adored sugary snacks, and to avoid arguments, the crew had to ensure fairness. If one twin got a delicious on-camera bite, the other needed her turn too. It was one of the few areas where tension could arise, not because of drama, but because of pure childhood delight. These memories highlighted the innocence that underlined everything, even amid production demands. But beneath these cute stories lies a bittersweet truth that resonates deeply with fans today. The twins were children, extremely young children, carrying the weight of a lead role. The pressures of a hit show, the demands of weekly episodes, and the expectations of millions were placed on two human beings who could not yet speak full sentences when they began. That one of them disliked filming is not surprising at all. What's surprising is that we never knew until now. The internet reacted instantly after this revelation resurfaced. Longtime fans expressed empathy, realizing how tough it must have been. People reflected on how much children absorb emotionally, even when they can't fully express themselves. Some fans wrote about understanding Mary-Kate in a new way, seeing her later anxieties and desire for a quieter adult life through a more compassionate lens. Others commented on how Ashley's adaptability may have influenced her career path before she retired from acting altogether. Parents chimed in too, noting how pronounced personality differences can be even in young twins. Some emotional comments highlighted how important it is to respect a child's natural temperament. Many acknowledged how challenging it must have been for both the cast and the twins' parents to navigate the competing realities of a successful show and the emotional needs of two infants growing into children. Meanwhile, fans revisited Michelle Tanner's funniest, cutest, and most iconic moments with a mix of nostalgia and newfound understanding. Behind every adorable "you got it, dude" were two little girls with very different reactions to the world around them. And knowing that some of those scenes may have been emotionally challenging adds an unexpected element, a mix of tenderness and respect for the twins' resilience. Jodie Sweetin and Andrea Barber didn't share these memories as gossip or criticism. They shared them as women who lived through the experience, who loved the twins deeply, and who now look back with maturity, empathy, and gratitude. Their honesty humanizes the Olsens more than ever, painting a picture of two children who were not performers by choice, yet became cultural icons anyway. As the story spread, more people reflected on the emotional reality of child acting. Michelle Tanner was not one girl. She was two babies, two toddlers, two children, switching in and out of scenes depending on who felt more comfortable in the moment. The production didn't treat the role like a burden, and the cast didn't treat the twins like props. They were loved, protected, and cared for, but they were still working children in an adult industry. This is why Sweetin's gentle tone when sharing these revelations mattered so deeply. She didn't simply say Mary-Kate disliked filming. She spoke as someone who empathized with the discomfort, someone who recognized how brave it was for a baby to endure something she didn't enjoy. And Barber's reflections were full of warmth, humor, and respect. Together, they painted a picture of authenticity, not criticism, a genuine portrait of what it meant to grow up behind the scenes of one of the most beloved sitcoms of all time. Over 2 decades after Full House ended, fans continued to watch reruns, share clips, and recreate Michelle Tanner memes. But now these scenes feel richer. When viewers see a smile, they wonder which twin it was. When they see hesitation or shyness, they consider Mary-Kate's emotional journey. And when they see confidence, playfulness, or a spark of sass, they imagine Ashley's comfort shining through. The nostalgia of Full House is rooted in its heart, the emotional warmth, the family values, the humor, and the innocence. And hearing these behind-the-scenes truths reinforces how special the show really was. Every cast member grew up together. They laughed together. They navigated fame together. And the Olsen twins, despite their challenges, were loved deeply by everyone on that set. This 2-hour look into their hidden history reminds fans everywhere that icons are human. Even the brightest childhood stars have stories the world never sees. And sometimes the gentlest truths, like a baby who didn't like cameras, reveal more about a person's journey than any scripted performance ever could. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the emotional, nostalgic, unseen reality behind Full House and the Olsen twins' early years, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.